Hey, what is up, Lois? It is Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and I was sent today some very interesting information. Okay, so this was not only sent in my DMs over on Twitter, but this was also sent in my my Gacha Goblin Dropbox over on my Discord. So we have here, if I show you this to you, so we have here the apparent KOD lawsuit update. Hello lovelies, there appears to be an update on the KOD lawsuit. To no one's surprise, INFOLD has been dragging their feet and now it seems to be annoying the courts. Obligatory grain of salt since I don't have XHS to confirm, but the post does link to an XHS source. So this is pretty interesting. Now we're gonna go through this, and the post itself is this. So this is by Duchess T, and it's quite a long one plus different screenshots. So we're going to go over everything, and we're also trying to go through like a timeline of all of the different like events and updates and all of those things. So here we go. Latest update of one of lawsuits filed by players against paper games. False advertising in PV for KOD's weapon mechanism. The court has notified us that in November a meeting will be arranged between Paper Games' in-house legal team, their external lawyers, and our legal representatives for face-to-face negotiations at the courthouse. The head of the case filing division and the civil trial judge will both be present. If no agreement is reached that day, the case will proceed through the standard process, official filing and trial. So the timeline as follows. August 19th, the judge assigned to our case contacted our lawyer and informed us that since this is a mass-related case, the court leadership has attached great importance to it and plans to escalate it to higher authorities. The court has also reached out to Paper Games. Because the case involves multiple affected parties, it requires reporting through several administrative levels, which means the process will take longer than usual. Now, that was on August 19th. Then 6 days later, we have August 25th. The presiding judge called our lawyer and informed us that Paper Games had expressed a willingness to receive a private settlement. The judge asked whether our lawyer could provide contact information to Paper Games and inquire about our core demands. This is actually interesting because this is where we actually left off the last time I covered this on my channel. They were saying that they wanted to settle privately and all of those different shenanigans, and we were like, okay, we're gonna have to wait and we're gonna have to see if something actually changes. And also through the different updates that we've had throughout the game, we haven't really seen any updates through that end either. Okay, so then on August 31st, the presiding judge contacted our lawyer again to ask whether Paper Games had reached out to us during this period. However, the company has taken no action, so the judge said they would follow up with Paper Games once more. I'm not actually surprised that Paper Games is actually dragging their feet on this, mainly because since it is a corporation against a mass of people and it's just, public people, they're not gonna have... I think that they're betting on the fact that these players will not have the amount of funds it's necessary to go up against a corporation. I feel like the corporation is definitely dragging their feet because they can, outweight somebody who doesn't have enough resources or money to go against and file an actual lawsuit like this. So let's see what's going to happen next. So September 16, a lawyer representing Paper Games added our lawyer in social media network, but still did not initiate any communication or negotiation regarding the case. Okay, so this is actually Paper Games again dragging their feet, because by them reaching out through social media network, that is their first initial step in making a settlement, blah 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 blah. It's something that they can tell the judge, hey, we reached out, we did something, even though they didn't actually do anything. Now, September 19, our lawyer proposed arranging an online 10-cent meeting for both sides to conduct negotiations. However, after communicating with the opposing counsel, our lawyer learned that the other party's lawyer had not yet obtained an authorization letter from Paper Games, stating that the company's internal authorization process is still underway. Since the opposing lawyer was not officially authorized to represent the company, the negotiation did not take place at that time. Again, not surprising. This is probably another way of them dragging their feet, because this happened in September 19. This was 1 month after the case was assigned to a judge. So again, a lot of this could have happened within the same month. Guys, I'm really sorry. It's pretty late. I'm tired. I had a long day at work. I apologize for the yawning. Again. Okay. So our lawyer proposed arranging on 10/10. Okay. Yeah, so nothing happened. Again, they're dragging their feet. They're taking a long ass time before they're actually going to take any action. September 29, this is 10 days later, the opposing lawyer obtained the authorization from Paper Games, and our lawyer held the first round of negotiations with them. During the meeting, our lawyer clearly stated our core demand the restoration of the original KOD mechanism as shown in the PV, and explained that if Paper Games could accept this, we would continue discussions, otherwise we would proceed with formal legal action and court hearings. The opposing lawyer replied that they would first need to discuss the matter internally with the company and would respond to us after the holiday. I am shocked. This is such a simple request from the players directly to the company. Hey, fix your game. That's all we're really asking for here. Otherwise, we're going to continue with formal legal action. You know, the company itself, again, corporation, thinking that they can go up against just a mass of people because they won't have the resources or the money to basically hold out on this trial case if they're going to move forward. They can just, this is the legal system, guys. Like, you see it in movies, you see it in TV shows. They're going to drag their feet as much as they can. And like, you see it even in like, if you watch like VTubers or any of those different kinds of dramas, a lot of these things, it doesn't work if it's just like a solo person going up against a corporation. It can be massive people, but like they have to have a lot of resources. So after the holiday, on October 14, the opposing lawyer conveyed Paper Games' response to our lawyers as follows. The in-game item involved in the case, Sheng Hui, King of Dark Knight, has not been altered since its release. Therefore, we don't quite understand what you mean by reverting and are unable to propose a concrete solution at this point. Could you please confirm with your client whether they might be misunderstanding in the stated demand? Oh my god. Alternatively, if you could provide a written version of the exact claim, I can communicate with the company again. Again, another way of dragging their feet. They could be like, oh, they're gonna play dumb. Again, dragging this out for another month because it's already August, September, now it's October. They're dragging their feet being like, oh, I'm sorry. Oopsie. I don't understand what you're talking about. Can you like explain it to me in a document, a written explanation? That's basically what they're saying here, to basically force the players or the people suing Paper Games to take, again, more time, more of their resources into this case. October 16, our lawyer contacted the presiding judge to convey our collective stance. Paper Games has shown no genuine intent to reach a private settlement, and therefore we refuse to continue any form of mediation. The presiding judge responded that the court will first attempt another round of communication with Paper Games. So that was on October 16th. Again, close to 2 months. Part of our submitted materials was transferred by the court to the opposing lawyer. The opposing lawyer then inquired whether we would be willing to accept a settlement proposal that did not involve modifying the in-game skill effects. Our response was a firm rejection. Yo, what the heck? They probably offered them hush money. Allegedly. but like, come on. This is really funny. They were sued because they did false advertising, and then the players just wanted, Dark Knight to be fixed, and then the company was like, no, we're not gonna fix it, basically, but we'll do a different kind of settlement, What? Yo, firm rejection. Props to you. Let's see what these posts are. September 29, the opposing lawyer obtained the authorization from Paper Games, and our lawyer held the first round of negotiations with them. During the meeting, our lawyer clearly stated our core demand the restoration of the original KOD mechanism as shown in the PV, and explained that if Paper Games could accept this, we would continue discussions. Okay, alright, so this looks like the same thing that was posted in the timeline here. September 29, October 13th. During this period, the opposing lawyer misunderstood our claim. They mistakenly believed that the game originally implemented Mechanism A, which was later changed to Mechanism B, and assumed that our demands was to revert from version B back to version A. However, our position has always been consistent. Our demand is for the restoration of the original KOD mechanism as presented in the PV, not a rollback between internal versions. As a result of this misunderstanding, the opposing lawyer relayed the wrong version of our claim to Paper Games. Okay, so the lawyer's an idiot. Great. So they're probably talking about like the mini updates to like KOD within the game itself. You would think. Now, here, devil's advocate, right. This lawyer may know how gaming things work, and they're just using this as an excuse to prolong the process. Or they don't know how gaming things work, and they really just had no clue. But Paper Games, why would you hire somebody who has no gaming background? I don't get it. Continuing on, October 14th, the opposing lawyer conveyed Paper Games' response to our lawyer as follows. The in-game item involved in this case has not been altered since release, therefore we don't quite understand what you mean by reverting and are unable to propose a concrete solution at this point. Could you please confirm with your client whether... Okay, so same thing that was said in the thingy. Okay. October 16th, our lawyer contacted the presiding judge to convey our collective stance. Paper Game has shown no genuine intent to reach a private settlement, and therefore we refuse to continue any form of mediation, including both private negotiations and formal litigation mediation under court procedure. The presiding judge responded that the court must first attempt another round of communications with Paper Games. If they still fail to yield progress, the case will proceed to official filing and trial. Ooh. Part of our submitted materials was transferred to the court to the opposing lawyer. The opposing lawyer then inquired whether we would be willing to accept a settlement proposal that did not involve modifying the in-game skill effects. Our response was a firm rejection. Hello, counsel. Some of your materials have been forwarded to me through the court. I would like to confirm one last thing. Would your clients be open to a settlement plan that does not include changing the game's skill effects? That is really funny. The court notified us that in November, a face-to-face negotiation will be arranged at the courthouse between Paper Games' in-house legal team, their external lawyers, and our lawyer. The head of the case filing division and civil trial judge will both be present. If no agreement is reached that day, the case will proceed to the next stage, formal filing and trial. I am loving this news. I am loving the tea, guys. This is tea for me. This is just enjoyment. This is pure enjoyment. Let's see what the comments are saying. The tricky wording, the in-game involved in the case should not be has not been altered since release. Keywords since release, because the changes were made before release. Exactly. They're trying to find loopholes. They're trying to play dumb. They're trying to, you know, allegedly. Oh my god, allegedly. Let's just say allegedly for everything, okay? Allegedly, okay? INFOLD, don't come after me. Allegedly. Thank you very much. So, will not be modifying the in-game skill effects. They never intended to fix. Look how they hired this lawyer to stall the time. Exactly, they're just stalling the time. Oh my god. Again, like I said, because it's a corporation against a group of people, they think that they can outweigh these people by, you know, using up all of their resources, delaying the case, delaying the trial, because the longer they wait, the more money that these people are spending on their lawyers, on court fees, and all of these different things. Same process in America. Same process. You see, like I said, you see it in all of these like different shows and all of those different shenanigans. I'm pretty sure you could see it in Legally Blonde, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that is pretty much Legally Blonde, maybe the second Legally Blonde. Anyway, that is pretty much it. That's a little update. I hope you enjoyed this. I thoroughly enjoyed this. This was really fun. I love Liscata 2. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let me know if you enjoyed this little update, and fingers crossed, and let's, you know, send our prayers out to the CN lovelies who are gonna go to court, or at least have this in-person discussion, quote unquote, with the legal team and with Paper Games in November. Alrighty, everybody. Once I find out more information, we're gonna keep updating this because this is actually fun. Okay. If you like this video, leave a like. If you want to hit the subscribe, hit the subscribe. If you would like to join the Discord server and join the shenanigans over there, click the link in my bio, everybody. Alrighty. See you later.